Hello there! Today we are going to make a landscape. Well, this sounds interesting. Let's see what do we have in our book. Well, yes, this is the last drawing of our book and I'm very excited to do this. We need to paint this, but we will make sure that we have enough space on our table so that we can start our drawing. At first, make an entire box and then make a sleeping line actually. After that, let's make these two curved lines for the tree. And then start by making these bushes just like this. This looks very interesting. Next up, we will start by making a curve for our boat. That's brilliant. Let's draw the bushes near the cliff and then erase this line in the middle. After which, we are going to make a small road right there. And then, let's make these two small lines for the tree right here. Once we are done with that, we will start by making the houses. Well, yes, they are on the cliff. Hence, let's make them very small. If you notice, the boat is bigger and these houses which are in the background are smaller. Do you know why? Well, yes, because the boat is closer to us and the houses are way further than what we think. So the things which are away from us are smaller or appear to be smaller, and the things which are closer to us appear to be bigger. This is called perspective. So when you see the difference between the two coconut trees on the left side and the two coconut tree extreme on the right side, the difference is the smaller ones are way further away and the bigger ones are still closer to us than that. Continue making it nicely. That's brilliant. Now we will make the seats inside our boat and then the man who's rowing it. So let's make it together. Make him very small as he's a little further away. That looks amazing. We will start painting the entire picture. All we have to start with is a wash. Well, for the wash we take very less paint and a lot of water. Hence, let's take a few drops of water and mix paint with it. This needs to be watery so that it gets easier for us to cover a major area in a shorter span of time. Make sure all your brush strokes are only in one direction. For example, if we are painting this in sleeping line, we will continue painting it in sleeping line throughout. Try and not make your painting patchy. This looks interesting. Go ahead and paint the entire section in a similar way. That's lovely. Next up, we are going to take a thin brush and make this cloud-like structure right here. It may be a little invisible to us because it's very light, but when you paint it nicely, you'll be able to see it with your naked eye. Continue painting the top part a little lighter. It is alright if you get inside the tree. We will be coloring it with green and it is going to overlap the light blue. Paint the entire sky in a similar way. That's brilliant. Next up, we will start by painting this with green color. Always remember that you need to change the size of the brush according to what you're painting or which part you're painting. For example, if you're painting a smaller part, you need to take a thin brush. And if you're painting a bigger part, then you have to take a bigger brush. It's as simple as that. Paint this with green color at first. Yes, the entire cliff or the mountain. After that, we will take very little brown and put a few patches just like this. Let's take some water in our brush and then start smudging this. It gives us a beautiful texture, isn't it? That's lovely. That's wonderful. Continue painting this tree with green as well. And now we will go ahead by painting the bigger tree with dark green. Go ahead and paint this slowly and nicely. This looks beautiful. Continue doing green in all these parts. And now let's do the same in the bushes as well. Always remember to do the outline and paint only in one direction. Once we are done with the bottom part of the man, we will start by painting the boat with brown color. Go very slow while painting this and make sure that you use a very thin brush. Use brown wherever required. That's great. Now let's do the rooftop of our house. Again, be very careful and give it a beautiful detailing. Do not go out of the drawing or else your drawing may look a little shabby. Let's take ochre color for this part and then continue painting the ochre color here as well. Let's do black over here and smudge it with another brush. And now let's do the same thing for the road as well. That looks interesting. Now we will take skin color and do the man's body parts. And finally, once this entire drawing is dried out, we can start sketching this. Do not make a mistake while sketching and complete the entire sketching nicely. You can keep your book however you're comfortable. Make sure that you do not sketch if the drawing is not yet dried, and secondly, you should have enough space on the table to keep your hand. Make all the intricate details nicely. Be very careful while making these small parts. You can also use a micro tip pen for such smaller parts. Let's do the board properly. Now we will use a micro tip pen for the legs, hands and all the other parts which are very thin. Press the micro tip pen nicely so that we get a great detailing. Let's take blue color and make these ripples of water. That's brilliant!